Hello, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or first name Panner. Any of those you want to call me. Sorry if you can already hear the stomping. That's like just 24/7. But this will be an update to my 25 and 2025 project. Ever since I started panning back in 2022, I've done a project similar to this. With this one, I'm just starting with everything in at the beginning, and I split it between my 5 beauty categories. And I finished a few items, and I actually do have a pretty good update this month, I would say. If you didn't know, as you can tell probably by the background or like my past few videos, I moved. So I was really trying to get as many items finished as I possibly could, because I did not want to haul like a bunch of stuff that was 3/4 of the way done, and I wanted to pack as little as possible because it was an interstate move, so it was already going to be expensive. So a lot of what I finished was in this project, and you will see that in this update. But I will say I don't have all the stuff that I finished because I wasn't gonna bring empty stuff. So you'll just have to trust and believe that I did. And I also have my iced coffee. I have a coffee maker now. I hadn't had one for like 5 years. I had to get rid of mine. My old roommates ruined my other one. I just never got another one. Now, this is already a tangent. Now I am making my coffee like at home instead of buying coffee every day. But on the weekends, I like to, explore the little coffee shops in my new city. And this one is a Vietnamese iced coffee, my first one that I've had in years. And I got it half sweet, so because Vietnamese coffees usually have like a lot of condensed milk in them, like sweetened condensed milk, and it tastes so good. Like the coffee that they use for Vietnamese coffee is so delicious. It's like it actually tastes like coffee, and I'm loving this. Okay, I just had to delete an entire group chat history because I ran out of storage. Embarrassing. So I truly need to stop rambling. I'm gonna get started with the items, and as always, I'm only gonna talk about the stuff that I do have progress on. And as always, I'll start with makeup. I only have one thing to update you on. Last update, I finally finished my foundation that had been in here for way too long, and that was my Dose of Colors foundation. And they changed the name. It used to be called Meet Your Hue, and now it's called something else, and they don't even have my shade in stock anyway, so I can't repurchase it, but I don't need to anyway because I have other foundations. Anyway, the only item that I have progress on is my e.l.f. color corrector, and it's so old now that the writing is rubbing off, but this is long discontinued. This is how much I have left, and you know what? I've used this. I will say there was like 4 or 5 days where I wasn't wearing any makeup, but other than that, I've worn this every single time that I've worn makeup since my last update, and it barely moved. So this is the progress on the paper there, and it only moved that super tiny bit from that green line to that black line. I don't know why, but this is just a stubborn thing. I really love it, so I don't want it to be gone, but it is drying out, which is why I'm panning it this year. So I do want to get it done, and I thought I would have this done maybe by September, according to the movement that I had in the first few months of this project. But considering how slow it's going this past month, this potentially could be in the entire year, even though it's just a tiny nub now. I have had this since 2021, and I've used, except for like maybe the first year or two, I didn't use it as frequently, but definitely the past few years I've used this almost every time I've done my makeup, and it's still not done. So I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that it's still kicking. But anyway, that's the only item in the makeup category I have progress on. I have barely used my contour stick, and I don't think I used the blush stick even once the past month because I've been trying to use, like, multitask my L'Oreal lipstick and my Problem Area ProjectPan as a blush, which I still haven't finished. And I only have like a week to finish that because I'm filming that update next week. I'm rambling again anyway. Yeah, that's been my main priority because I do want to get that done. I do have a deadline. And then the contour stick, I just have been using my powder products over it because I have like 0 minutes to get ready in the morning. So whatever's fastest, I just slap on. I even did that today because I slept in way too late, and that's why I'm filming this at like 8 p.m. and you know, this makeup was touched up a little bit, but it's been through the entire day and went through like a 2-hour nap. So next is skincare, and I didn't have much left. In fact, I believe it's been like so long since I filmed this update. I'm pretty sure the only item that I had left was my eye cream, my second peony eye cream. All of my skincare was from Tatcha, and I just had my little pot of my eye cream left, and I was like, this will be gone probably in like a week, and of course it is gone. I think I took a picture of it. If I did, I'll put it on the screen. But that is gone, so the skincare category is completely done now, which is very nice. I was expecting it to be the first one done because it was kind of just like the skincare that I was using 1 or 2 times a day, every single day. It was like the only thing I was using, and I was just focusing on that. With skincare, I tend to just use the exact same, and hair care, I use the exact same things until I finish them, and then I move on to the next one. So I'm glad those are done. Tatcha is pretty much my favorite skincare brand, at least like my favorite high-end skincare brand, and I had those products for a few years and I didn't want to neglect them anymore, so I'm glad I got those done. I do still have a few other things that have been like that are from the same order from a few years ago that I need to get around to using, but those are like summer products, so I'll introduce those in like a month or two, probably in some other project. But I'm really glad I got the heavier like winter skincare done, and that's exciting to have an entire category out of the project. So moving on to the next one, which is hair care. Yeah, it's so hard to remember when I don't have all of the items in front of me, but the first item that I feel like maybe you knew I was gonna finish, if you like remember and you were keeping up with my updates, is my hair oil. All of my products in my hair care category were from the brand Curlsmith, not Hairsmith, Curlsmith. But you know what, their products aren't even really that good for curly hair, so I don't know why they're called Curlsmith, but anyway. I introduced that hair oil with most of it like still in the bottle. I think I had maybe only used like a fifth of it at most, and I was using this at a very rapid pace. After I finished, I think I was like panning a hair cream and like a hair gel as well, but once I finished those, I started panning the hair oil again, and last time I only had a little bit left, and I really wanted to finish it before I moved, because not only is it a hair oil, so it would be very messy, like most likely it would leak and everything, and it was a glass bottle so it might break, but it was just so close to being empty. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna bring this with me. So I made sure to use this every single day in some way, and I finished it, and I think I took a picture of it, so hopefully it's on the screen, but I'm so happy that's gone. I just accumulated somehow so many hair oils. I feel like last year and the year before, somehow I accumulated a bunch of hair oils and hair gels, and prior to 2023, I would say, I didn't use either of those products at all, and slowly I've been panning them, so I've gotten into the habit of using them, but I just don't know why I had so many of them. So it feels good to have one more hair oil out of my collection. And last update, I had finished the hair cream and the hair gel as well, so I only had the shampoo and conditioner left, and I did finish the conditioner. That thing only took me, I think, 2-3 updates to finish, but I think like the first update I had only used it once or twice. It went just very quickly. All of those products went very quickly because, again, I really don't think they were actually made for curly hair, or they were made for like curly hair, for like people who have wavy hair who want to call it curly, you know, those type of people. So I feel like with all their products I just had to use so much, so the conditioner went very quickly. It's not hard for me to go through conditioner anyway, but that also was like a smaller bottle than I'm used to having. So I was able to finish, I would say like 90% up 90% of it up before I left, and I put the tiny last bit into a little like container of like a way, you know those like little St. Bart's, the mini body cream container. It fit perfectly into there, so I just brought that little container with me, and that's what I had in my shower with me up until maybe like a week ago. I finally finished it. It only took me like 3 uses to finish what was left in that. So that conditioner bottle is completely done, and now actually all I have left is the shampoo, which I have right here. And even though I have not used this since I got here 2.5 weeks ago, I still used quite a bit of this, way more than I was expecting. So the first update I had only used it once, and it was here. Then I used down to this line, so I used this much. This by the second update that I was using this, which I think was the 3rd update, and now for the 4th update I am down to here. So I pretty much used nearly the exact same amount as I had the previous month, but I used this way less often. So I don't know how that happened, but I still made a pretty good jump in this, which I'm very happy with, especially because I only use shampoo about once a week. I condition in between, like I use shampoo and conditioner, and then in between the week I just use conditioner. Like I think that's called a co-wash, I don't really know, but this is definitely going to take me a lot longer to use up than the conditioner. But I think based on my progress, I would say maybe I have about 4 more months of this, but I'm not really in a rush to finish it anyway. It's just a shampoo. I'll get through it as I get through it. Next is fragrance. It doesn't really matter what order I do the categories in, but fragrance, I do have a bit of movement as well, some changes. I don't have any rollouts unfortunately, but I do have some good updates. My first update in this project, I was able to roll out one of the items, which was my little mini Into the Night body cream from Bath and Body Works. Since then, the only thing that I had worked on was this decanted perfume from the brand Toka. It's the fragrance Cleopatra, which is one of my favorite perfumes, and I have it in this little atomizer from Ulta. And I've just been marking it upside down because originally the level was so high you couldn't see it behind this metal part, but now it's almost to the point where I'm gonna have to start marking it the other way around. I don't know how I'm gonna do that since there are already lines. Maybe I'll do it on the other side, but for now, this is how much progress I've made so far. So this silver line was last update, and now I'm at this black line here. So I think I only use this maybe like a handful of times, and I only use one, maybe 2, but usually I try to just use 1 spray of this because it's like a concentrated perfume, and this sprays a lot because I think it's like supposed to be a body spray atomizer. But somehow, even with using 1 spray a day, I still make pretty good progress on this every single month. I think I'll be able to finish this by the end of summer, which is good because this is not really a fall fragrance for me. It's more of a spring summer fragrance. It's supposed to be a lighter, like fruitier, fresh scent. So I need to keep steady progress on this, but I did start using finally one of the other products in this category, which is my Bath and Body Works Rose Water and Ivy Body Cream. This is a full size, of course. And I think I wasn't tracking uses on this, but I think I only used this 3 times because I also have the body spray of this, and I like to layer them. It's just this thing where I only like to use products if I can layer them or like use them as my scent for the day. So I only use this when I had time to actually like shower in the morning. I usually shower at night just because I'm a night shower by nature, and I like to sleep in the morning, so I never really have time to shower in the morning. But the 3 times this past month that I showered in the morning, I used this. And it was completely full when I rolled it in, and I'm now down to here. At this rate, it'll probably take me like 3 more months to finish this, but I do consider this like a strictly spring scent because it's a very, very floral fragrance. Like, it's not even, I feel like if this were more of a light, fresh scent, maybe it could be a summer scent for me, but this is just extremely floral, which I like it, but I kind of want to get this done as soon as possible. So I'm gonna make an effort to focus on this. Hopefully, like within the next 2 months, this can be done. The final category is nails, and as always, since I think the first update was like the only update that I talked about a different nail polish, I do have 5 nail polishes in this project. I've only ever talked about 2 of them, and this one is the one that I've been using for the past 3 months. It's still not done, of course. It's the icing like splatter nail polish in the shade Confetti. It's what I'm wearing on my nails today, but listen, this is the first time I've painted my nails since last update. I've just been so extremely busy and stressed. Mostly, well, I should say, like, it's not all bad stress, it's a lot of good stress as well. But I've just been so busy and so stressed, and I have not had the time, and I've been super tired all the time the past entire month. So I've not painted my nails. I've barely, been able to keep them short enough to go to work. So right before this, I painted my nails. They're a little smudged and messy because I did it in a rush, but so don't look at them too much. But I finally painted my nails with this today. It actually did go down. I was able to make some pretty good progress in that one use. I think well, I'll show you the progress. So that's the last line from last update. And this is the line where I am now, which is very sad considering I started with this like 3/4 full, and it's now like at the halfway point, and I've been working on this for like 3 months. And I was only able to make that progress because last update I completely filled the bottle with acetone because I was trying to revive it as much as I could because it's just drying up at a ridiculous rate. And the reason I'm panning my glitter polishes this year is because I don't want them to dry up on me. I want to use them before I have to throw them out. So I just had like 0 progress on it last time because it was full of acetone. Since then, pretty much all the acetone has dried up and evaporated. I was barely able to get this coat on my nails because the nail polish was so thick and gloopy in there. So after this, I'm going to go to Target real quick before it closes and buy some nail polish remover. I only use 100% acetone nail polish remover, but I'm gonna try to revive it one more time. If I can't, I'll just call it a day on this nail polish, but I really don't want to give up on my polishes, and I want to I'm not going to finish the nail polishes, all of them in this project, but I at least want to finish this one and the other one that I was working on at the very beginning of the year. Hopefully I actually packed it. I actually haven't seen it in a while. That moving was a blur, so I don't remember where I put it or if I packed it. I don't know. But anyway, that's the update for this project. I've been filming for almost half an hour, so that's kind of crazy. But for next time, I'm going to try to make as much progress on this as possible. I'm gonna try to like set my alarm for super early for this next week so that I can try to finish it. And then I'm also going on a little trip next weekend for a relative's birthday, so this will be what I bring with me. So for sure I'll get some good use on it that way, but I'm really gonna try to shower in the morning so that I can layer this with the body spray. Sorry for the stomping again. And I'm gonna try to carve out some time at least once a week where I paint my nails, because it is also like a little bit of a therapeutic moment for me just to like relax and stop and sit down for like an hour and just paint my nails and like stay still while they dry. So I do actually want to get a move on with this not only because it's drying out, but because I need to relax a little bit more. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna run over to Target really quickly, and then I gotta do some more unpacking. I'm still not done. Well, I'll just see you in my next video. Yeah, I'll see you there. Bye.